Drought emergencies declared in 19 Oregon counties. Oregon is my home state. I left Oregon, now I'm in Colorado, which has been suffering a drought for some time, but this year we've seen more rain. Oregon, typically known for its rain, especially the Portland area, more so than Southeast Oregon or Eastern Oregon, areas like Pendleton and beyond. Those are drier areas, but overall, Oregon is known for its rain. And now we're hearing about half the counties in Oregon, 19 of them, having a drought emergency declaration. Oregon has a total of 36 counties, so half is pretty big. Governor Kate Brown on Friday confirmed emergencies in Coos, Douglas, Gilliam, and Jefferson counties. Now there's a link I'll leave down below. It has all 19 names of the counties. No need to read them all. Such declarations allow the state to prioritize use of water for human consumption and livestock, reads the article, and enables residents hurt by drought to get federal aid. So I'll ask a question now of the listener. What does all this really mean, where you have these counties, government, states declaring emergencies and getting federal aid? Are we talking about going deeper into debt, or is that an obvious question here? Does it mean that there isn't a drought in effect? Of course, people can look at this in California and wonder what is really driving the drought. Is it really just overuse of the water on the part of Big Agri? Not to say that that's not an issue. Many people have said that is an issue, as well as the use of pesticides, things of that nature, and that, I've heard many say, it's a ticking time bomb before we have a food crisis in this nation. From the depletion of soil alone by itself, now a dependent big agri system on more and more fertilizer. Now that's one issue. This is another issue. Hey, also in the news, talks of a lot of chickens being cold. Last time I checked, 33 million. A limit in the amount of eggs available on the market. Well, fortunately, the local market here doesn't seem to be too affected, but it takes time for some of these things to kick in. But going back to this article from the Oregonian, this is a follow-up to a state of emergency declaration on the part of the new governor. Now, that's a whole other host of news and issues relating to a newly assigned governor, an interim governor, Kate Brown, because the former governor, Kitzhaber, resigned amid a whole host of corruption and things that came out with him and his wife. And then we're seeing this. Oregon is a place that is experiencing a lot of growth this time, which is what makes this story also very important, especially places like Portland. The United Nations put out a climate change survival map of sorts, if you will. And many people have been moving to Portland in recent years. There's been a lot of promotion to move to Portland and surrounding areas. And as Portland feels the overpopulation crunch, not to say that the whole world is overpopulated, but to say that particular region has been, the city of Portland, certain neighborhoods, massive growth. People are moving there from all over the friggin' country, and it's driving the cost of rent up. Well, we're going to start seeing more sprawl in that region of the earth, in rural areas in Oregon. Many of those areas that used to have a lot more water than perhaps what could become of the future. So the UN climate change map, I'll leave another link down below, climate change refugees set to basically invade Portland. That's the headline from the Oregonian. And that's relating to where is all this going to go with California and all of these other predicted and current crises taking place, whether you believe climate change is caused by man or caused by other natural changes. I think there's a lot of obvious natural cyclical things that we could see here. And whatever's going on with the sun plays a huge part and role. And I do believe that that is scientifically verified. But you'll find some scientists that say that no, the sun does not impact climate on Earth. Myself, I've never heard anything more absurd. I literally have never heard anything more absurd than someone saying that whatever's going on with the sun and its cycles No, no, no. That doesn't affect rainfall. That doesn't affect drought. That doesn't affect weather. That doesn't affect storms. That doesn't affect earthquakes. That doesn't affect volcanoes. Everything that I've looked at throughout my own life shows that it does. So, whatever the cause, there's something going on in multiple states and in multiple countries on the planet. There are some people, so this really should be a wake-up call for the people out there that think that Oregon or Portland may be some sort of safe haven from the other disasters, droughts, social ills. In reality, it's looking right in the crosshairs of its own drought, overpopulation in that specific region, a high cost of living, an increase in crime, and other issues. Meanwhile, in Colorado, as I stated earlier, this year has seen